We can't get a second through the show without just dropping a bad word.
We're back. We're so back.
Can we just end last week? Can we not show up for this?
Last week was a good one.
I am the cum man.
Jesus Christ.
Come man.
Welcome to Shrimp Hours,
Oh,
number 62.
Two.
Hey yo.
Yep.
Oh, I
Oh
got
my
that 32
God.
ounce Miller High Life. Let's go.
How many liters is 32 ounces? Is that a whole liter?
I got a liter of
I'm looking
cola.
this up. That is 95%. It's basically a liter. That's a big ass drink. It's a Stein.
Beer.
Yeah. All right, how we doing? I'm Drive Through. I'm
The
here.
greatest state in the nation.
Cody's here. Caleb's here. Rusty's here. Slap isn't. He's in fucking Idaho. Slap, what the hell are you doing in Idaho? Do we want to like acknowledge this?
Listen, there's this place I had to make a pilgrimage. It is a ridge of rubies.
Oh!
You say that.
No
now you have
way.
to actually go.
Dude, that's like 400 miles north of Boise. I'm not going up there.
Idaho's
Yes,
kinda
you
big,
are.
huh?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Shut up.
No,
Just don't
I'm
bring-
no. I'm going to Oklahoma City next year. Okay.
Rusty did a detour for some special tourism. I bet you could.
On a Beirut in 2 years from now.
But like right now, the FBI is like looking at my credit card, like swipes and all that. They're like, dude, he's doing the pattern. He's doing the pattern. He's doing the funny. Get everybody mobilized. Get everybody mobilized.
No, they get concerned, but then they look up your info and realize, oh shit, he's a Fed. That's right. Okay. I'm pussy here.
He's the patsy. They're setting
He's
him up
one
on
of
this
us.
trip.
He's one of us, but he's going rogue.
Do we want to talk about NASCAR this week at all? Because I didn't
No,
watch
no.
anything.
I don't.
No.
Okay,
Who cares?
it's dead.
No one cares about NASCAR anymore. It's,
Denny Hamlin's winning the cup. It's over.
I actually
Ah.
no. This is what is Twitter doing? Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
No, we'll talk about that right now. What's Twitter doing?
Yeah, let's
I
just
just-
straight into that.
I just wanted to touch on some nerds who are acting like Trackhouse Racing made the
Oh.
biggest signing of the century, and it's like Zane
Who did
Smith.
they
Like, who the
sign?
fuck
Yeah,
cares?
okay.
Yeah, it's like,
Dropping 40
okay,
mil. Yeah.
guys,
can
Zane
understand-
Smith is going to race for Spire next year, and everybody's like, wow, Ford missed out on Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson. Like, I literally posted
I
the
did
fucking
see
dragon
that.
meme where it's like,
I
the two
saw that
dragons,
meme.
yeah, and then the third one, because like, who the fuck cares? Like, nobody.
What is Zane Smith in right? Like, what car is he in right now? I genuinely couldn't tell you.
Front Row Motorsports 38 truck. And
Oh right,
is-
he's winning truck. That's
yeah.
why, because I don't watch the truck. Which
Yeah,
sucks because
everybody's,
they
like,
used to be good.
thinking, like, oh, with like a Ford missed out on this great talent. I was like, I think Carson Hocevar's got more accomplishments than Zane fucking Smith.
I don't
His name
know.
is
Carson
Zane.
Hocevar
I
kind
don't
of
think
sucks.
he-
Zane
Yeah.
Smith won
know.
a championship.
yeah. Housefar's been doing decent
did?
in that legacy car ever since he got in here.
Zane Smith,
That's
yeah,
true.
he won like one Mickey Mouse championship with a win in your in format. Daniel Hemrick is a champion under that same format. Are we gonna act like he's good because he won a Xfinity championship? No. Anybody?
he's
no.
going Cup racing.
He's doing the Cup Series next year. Fuck you.
Yeah,
He's going the Cup Series because colleague racing is. Never mind.
he took Noah's ride.
Taylor, do it.
No. I also saw on Twitter that everyone's pissed at Danica for being weird. Not the first time. Won't be the last.
If it was in like 3 weeks, it would have been okay, I think. But like,
It was really
Yeah.
weird to like day one flame up a dude who's like partner, like longtime partner, just died.
I'll tell you what,
Bizarre.
though, NRF is laying low.
No, he sent on a tweet out fake like condolencing or whatever. Like he's
Did
been
he?
active. yeah.
I don't follow him.
Man,
like some
dude, he
people.
got so. Well, I mean, it's funny when you click on the replies because you're just like curious what people are saying because it said like 50 replies and everybody's like wishing death on him. Like F you, like I can't. I don't know what I
As
can
though
say.
he's
But,
the one that killed
He played it
Jerry
perfectly.
Paul.
what is his Twitter even? I feel like I haven't seen him on Twitter.
Is that just NRF underscore productions? Don't look. It's not worth it.
This is
Did
a
anything
parody I'm
else
looking at.
happen on Twitter this week other than them like making all the likes hidden, like a bunch of weirdos?
Adam Stern dropped that Xfinity now isn't even going back to Road America next year.
Yeah,
so
get
no more
fucked.
NASCAR at Road America. For everyone bitching at me that I was sad that Cup was leaving. I was like, oh, well, at least Xfinity is still there. Stop complaining. Yeah, what you gonna say now? IndyCar, who cares? Who cares about IndyCar outside of the Indy 500?
Yeah,
Let's be real. Let's be real.
I give you shit about the Cup Series because why wouldn't I? But Xfinity leaving there is kind of a buzzkill because
Yeah, I know what that's like. You got one series, and then
The
they're
only
just
thing
like,
that can
nope.
redeem them is them saying, "Hey, next year Xfinity is going to be with the trucks at the Milwaukee Mile instead."
Yeah, I was gonna say, at
Apparently
least you still have the
Miles
Milwaukee.
even like out of the conversation. Trucks might not even go back next year.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What?
Well, I did
They
my
just
part.
started again.
I brought myself and like 10 family members there. I did my part to put some
I
asses
mean,
in
I
seats.
flew across the
I'm doing
country
my
to be
part.
there.
Yeah.
I'm doing my part.
I flew to fucking Road America twice. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah, Shrimps have always supported Wisconsin NASCAR appearances.
True.
Then I like replied to Darian's tweet when he posted that. I was just like, I understand now why Wisconsinites have a drinking problem.
Yeah.
I feel like now's the
Well, I'm gonna
time
go
to
get some
start
vodka real quick.
setting up the like rotating schedule where they have like a few
Yep.
dates that like
Yep.
rotate each year. So they can like get a few markets like that in without committing to it every single year, because apparently they're really bad at that. Because what, they went 2 years in the Cup Series at Road America, that was it. And they've done
Yeah, they
1
did
year back
one
with the
in
trucks in
1958,
Milwaukee, and
they
now
came
they're
back
like,
for
see you
2
later.
years. That was it.
That would be
Yeah.
base if they dropped like, hey, we're going to Montreal next year, but then 25 are taking Cup back to Road America, and we're just gonna
Yeah,
rotate it
and just
keep it fresh.
that's what everyone's been telling F1 to do every single year.
Yeah.
Instead,
even,
they're
like,
gonna pack more races in.
They mentioned, I guess this week also the clash at the Coliseum's happening again next
Oh
year.
yeah,
and
and they're bringing NASCAR Mexico there, which is really based.
That's
Yeah, and I
actually
mean-
kinda cool.
that's cool. I don't know how many more years we can do the Coliseum clash without it starting to get.
I think this
kinda
is the
stale.
last one. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's
But
always
that's
3
fine.
years.
Like just rotate that. It'll be cute. I don't know. I guess like the motors and shit don't like it when you go in and out of their locations, but it just makes so much more sense for NASCAR.
I do
Anyway.
have a, while we're still in the conversation of NASCAR, I do have a mini rant to go on.
Oh,
I want to.
Is this the Karen segment?
This is Cody H. Karen. Karen H.
Chicago,
Gaming.
we might need a we might need a
no.
Ben theme song for Cody H. Karen.
or just an overlay. Like we just click on it, it puts like
the
shit on
point
the
I
screen.
want to make.
when he's turning it.
Because all my times I've talked about how NASCAR just needs to undo some of these stupid changes that they've done, how like they need to go back to basics, how they need to go back to a lot of their roots, how a lot of these changes they made have been unnecessary and contributed to the detriment of the sport, et cetera, et cetera. And every single time I get the same just cookie cutter reply, shut up, boomer. The future
but you
is now
say
old,
it
man.
like a
Shut
boomer.
up, shut up, shut up.
Yeah.
3 of the most recent like announcements that NASCAR has made that have received overwhelming praise from like all of the fan base: getting rid of the cautions for stage breaks at road courses,
Dude, they
already
brought him
did that.
back.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
already
they brought
did.
him
For the
back at the
Roval.
Roval.
the Indy going back to the Indy Oval instead
not
of the Indy
confirmed yet.
road course, and getting rid of the stupid dirt on Bristol and racing on the concrete again, are all things that are literally just undoing stupid changes they made in the first place. Like 3 announcements they've made that have received overwhelming
Well, they haven't
praise
made one
from
of
the fan
those, but
base,
yeah.
the fan
Well,
base,
they should
which is
still
what
have
I've
a
been
dirt-
saying to
they should
do.
have it at
And
a
every single
dirt
time I
track.
say it, shut up, boomer, shut up. The future's now old, man.
Well,
And then NASCAR undoes some of these stupid changes, like, oh my God, that's so smart. NASCAR is really smart for doing this.
I feel like it's different. Like if we haven't
Fuck
even
y'all.
given it a
Fuck
chance
y'all.
yet, and you're telling it it's stupid, versus like we've done it 3 times and it's shit, so let's undo it.
Well, I'm almost convinced they've sabotaged us with 550 car and this next gen car to make us appreciate what we had. So they're
570.
playing this. So they're playing the long game here to
670, isn't it?
bring it back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's 670.
God damn it.
I could go buy a Mustang.
But it's still
off
shit,
the
so it might as well be 550.
dealership
Whatever.
floor that has more horsepower than a fucking NASCAR Cup car.
I'm
Dude,
pretty sure my fucking rental car, that V6 Charger, has more fucking horsepower than the fucking current Cup car.
It's a V.
NASCAR could drop the most banger schedule in the history of the sport, and I still wouldn't watch next year because I get fucking diseases from watching Cup racing.
They could announce they're racing on the moon, and I'd still be pissed that they left Road America.
Yeah, I believe it.
The
Just
moon
imagine
road
fucking-
course.
Never mind.
We have to grip up the downforce just an insane amount, otherwise the low gravity they'll just float away.
Dude, imagine a blowover, but it just never comes back to the ground.
Just
Just
Cody,
on the
gets
moon.
into the fucking atmosphere.
I'm not sure if you guys know how one, atmosphere works, or two, downforce, but yeah, they'll go into the
Water.
atmosphere of the moon, I
Dude.
guess.
Gravity's a lie, man. Like,
Yeah, to switch the
Dude, yeah,
gravity machine.
Yeah,
Newton never
Earth
invented
before
it
the
on
moon.
the moon. It was only on Earth.
All right. We kind of half-assed another segment for sports and stuff. Did anything
we talk
happen
about
this
how the-
week?
Moon landing footage looks sketchy.
Yes.
What?
Yes,
that?
actually.
Fucking
Uh,
Lions lost. I'm pissed.
The Atlanta Falcons beat the Green Bay Packers, came back on them, and Jordan Love is washed after 1 week as the franchise guy.
Jordan Glove.
Do we wanna
Half our
mention
starting
Nick Chubb?
roster is out, and the Falcons beat the
Okay.
Packers
All
by
right. That's
1
the
point.
sports segment.
yeah, that.
So
We're gonna go into
love you, Caleb.
5
I'm happy
hours
for
of
you.
Wait,
Dripper
hold on.
Drown.
Shout out to Colorado. That thing was at like midnight. It was a
Oh,
5-hour
yeah,
football
yeah.
game, and apparently pulled in like the biggest ratings in college football history.
Yep.
It's prime time. We're going all the way. This like college football's relevant again. Like this is a
Dude,
good
it's
time. to be alive.
1990 all over. It's 1990 all over again. Fucking Colorado's winning the Natty.
All right. I'm going to Dripper Drown. It's gonna be a long one. So
It's a long
apologies
one?
to
this is one
a
gonna put the
long
Caleb
one.
on to shame.
Yeah,
Oh my
100%.
God.
So apologies to all the audio listeners, but
Oh,
get
Jesus.
fucked.
Can we just
Cody
zoom
sent
out
in
real
this.
fast?
Why? What do you want to?
Oh
see
my
all the
God!
paint schemes we're
I'm
gonna look at?
not.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not being a part of this.
This is
You
like
guys
a
took too long to
3-hour
show up.
YouTube video like
You
timeline.
get 3 minutes of ads.
Yeah. It's Kyle Petty
This is
throwback. All right,
DT's
next.
cinematic
Yep,
universe
next,
paint
all right.
schemes.
Gotta let me speak. Damn.
I-
all right. Austin
Next,
Cindric drove the Menards thing with Monster on the hood. It looks sick.
Why are we
Chase
showing
Elliott.
that? That's his normal ass scheme.
I just like the way the monster thing looks on
That
it.
does
Oh
look
my-
cool.
Also like how they just
Hendrix sponsored by fucking Monster.
they just randomly put him in Blaney's car
All
sometimes.
right, next.
Also like how they don't say Monster. It just says Pennzoil. Like it's just the logo. All right. Chase Elliott drove this horrible black and gold
Love.
thing at a night race. For some reason, at a night race, they decided to drive a darker car as a special thing, and the numbers are. Like if it's just a gold number, just make it a gold number. Why does it have
What is that
3
in
outlines
between
on
the
it?
Thing where it's just it's just
They always do that, and it's always horrible. And I talked about it last week how NASCAR rejected my thing because it was like not.
Look at that 9. Look at the
distinct
zoom in on the 9.
enough,
It has
and
like
this thing
cleft, like,
sucks.
Habsburg jaw.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's always been
It has
bad.
the Habsburg jaw where it's like inbred and it just like juts out.
The Cletus Joe.
I
Yeah.
will say that would
How
look
you doing,
sick
Clyde?
inverted.
Clyde.
Like if it was a white base with the gold accents around it for a night race, I feel like that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. They got clowned on Twitter though, so shout out.
Good.
All right. I did not notice Bill Byron drove this weird
The
looking
fuck is that?
relay thing, which just looks like I can't even put my finger on why it looks bad. It just
That
looks
looks
bad.
like a render from
There's
like
a shitload of wasted
uh,
door space.
that looks like a render from like an extra car from NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005.
Just the way this like shape goes up and then goes back down, and this thing kind of like hooks around. Also, seeing Will Byron
Look
with
at all the
5
images.
winner
Wait,
stickers,
That's weird.
that hurts.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've
Empty
literally had to
space, empty
shrink.
space where the fucking number should be in the center of the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah. Look at all that wasted space.
So I'm pretty sure they had to shrink the HendrickCars.com sticker on Byron's car because he has so many fucking winner things lined
They
up.
just never anticipated him winning that many times to need that many stickers.
Yeah,
All right.
it's-
Justin
This
Haley
one.
drove an
Banger
all-time banger.
This
Who
reminded me
made
of an
this? Who
old
was the
Dale Jr.
Tanner
car.
Witt. Tanner Witt.
Tanner Witt. We've always loved his social graphics, and this is the first time he's done a cup car, and it is like an all-time banger.
Banger.
Mountain Dew
Banger.
is back out of nowhere, and they're doing like a Food City collab on the Haley 31, and he put the huge-ass hood logo like all Mountain Dew cars
Huge
should
ass
have.
side
PepsiCo was
logo,
dead.
dude.
We thought PepsiCo was dead. They're back. They're so back. Never
Dude,
been more
and the
back than we are
wrapped
now.
skirts are money. That's so good.
Yeah, dude, this is that might be the best cup scheme in like the last 3-4 years.
Hold on.
It's sick.
It's up there.
It's up there. It's like we might have to do like the drippies at the end of the year and like fully pick a best one. This will be in the running. Also, remember Carson Hocevar? They did this whole thing where they're like, "Hey, at Kansas, we're gonna drive this white car, because you know the logos are black and on the white." And I praised it on the podcast, and they responded by putting him in this horrible thing again.
What the fuck?
So yeah, they just went back on it, and it looks horrible. And that thing at night, I'm sure no one could read.
And they got a ton of TV time too, and you couldn't see anything on that car.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine if like the white was reflective, but the blue was the baby blue was flat.
Oh, someone try and pull that up later. Someone sent me a video of a reflective car.
Yeah, there was a reflective cup car this week.
I forget who it was though, because I think I like woke up in the morning and saw that video.
I got a notification about it because you responded to it.
Yeah, we'll pull that up at some
Get the
point.
42 off my screen.
All right. Tyler Reddick drove this like J Balvin car, which kind of just has stuff on it. I don't know. It's interesting. Better than most 23XI cars. I like it. Also, Suarez just drove this plain black. I mean, it has like a design on it, but it's literally like the darkest gray and then black.
Interesting.
So it's
Kyle Sykes miss.
It's not Kyle Sykes. I forget who it is though. It's someone's first cup car, so I don't want to be too mean, but like you can't see anything. It's just black on black. Like you can see there's someone put effort into this for no one to be able to see it, which is
like
unfortunate.
RFK, like swoosh.
They're called pillars.
Oh, okay. This was an Xfinity.
I kind of do like the simplicity of it. It almost reminds me of that
I like the
Kyle
hood.
Petty NWO car from back in the day.
I do really like the hood. The side is tough though with the logos like that. Okay, on to Xfinity series. Cole Custer drove this Kevin Harvick thing, which I think is actually sick.
It looks really good on the Xfinity car.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and they did the number font thing, which is like kind of goofy. I never really liked that on Harvick's car, but as a throwback, I think it works. Harvick did pretty well in this car, didn't he?
Yeah, this is from the year where he won like 10 races.
Yeah, the last time he was ever good.
It was like, oh.
It was only
I'd
like
say the
3
last time
years
his
ago.
team was good.
Yeah, well, he was the team then, still is now. Brandon Jones drove this just garbage like 9 car.
Can we get that again, please?
Yeah, Brandon drove.
Drones?
How is this garbage?
Brandon Drones.
It doesn't work as well without like the colored hood. Like
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
So I was like,
tell me, that hood logo that looks like Cheerios, does it not? That's a Cheerios font.
it is the Cheerios font. This is called Patriot Lighting, and apparently they have a knack for just not putting a color behind the thing where everyone else does. For some reason, I like it more in the Supra. Maybe it's the logo placement.
Dude, I saw that picture, like the original picture, and I was like, oh, he's sponsored by Cheerios. That's kind of based, and I was like, oh, that's not Cheerios at all.
The black side skirts really piss me off too. I don't know. This whole scheme, I'm just like, I think I had high expectations because I was like, oh, we're gonna get a Ryan Williams Menards car, and it's just like not very good.
I love it. I love
Throw
it.
this
Menard-
entire
it's
man
just-
into a fire.
Yeah,
I think
don't like
Menards
it.
probably
like even this
shot it
was
down on
better.
some things. 'Cause
Like even the generic Menards thing is better than that. my
Dude, I
opinion.
don't know.
Thick swoosh does not do it for me.
I
Anyway,
think it's brilliant.
Joe Graff was in the 38. This thing looks like trash.
I thought it was pretty good.
I just like the more I look at these lines and how they're not
it's
quite
bad.
parallel, they're just kind of all over the place.
It's on
What's
purpose.
the thing on the Goodyear, the front above the wheel? Like, what is that?
And I know who designed
Yeah.
this, and I respect who designed this, but I see this a lot on his cars. It upsets me when there's just all these lines that are like almost parallel but not quite. This is just a weird flow.
I think I can guess.
Shut up, you're hating. It looks all right.
Hey, I will say
Their logo's on the B
it-
pillar, Caleb.
It catches your attention, and you look at the car.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks all right. You're hating.
Does
Shut
it?
up.
I'm hating. It's the way the energy's like
also
way
hating.
back there. I don't know about all that.
You're nitpicking it.
All right. I think that's all I've got for Xfinity. Oh, there was a number 90 truck
Fuck, who the fuck?
And
is that?
apparently,
Justin,
this guy,
Corwell, who
he
is
did
it?
like 5 races last season and like 5 races this season, and I have not noticed. And I might have brought this guy up on the podcast before. I was just scrolling through J-Ski and I was like, who the hell is Justin Carroll in the number 90 truck? But apparently this is just a thing that he does. He just has a back marker truck. He showed up 5 times last season, DNQ'd them all. And he showed up 6 times this season and DNQ'd 2 of them, including Bristol. So
That's why you didn't notice him.
I'll do one final drip or drone shout out. This is Hockey Tell. DT didn't watch the Cup race because Bubba Wallace arguably ran one of the worst.
Oh, I was gonna bring
cars.
that up, but we just talked about him the other week. I'll pull it up now.
Like, so like when he's driving around the
Didn't
track, you
see
have no idea what's on the hood of the car. But like the thing that was funny to me that brought like kind of this to mind was on the track. I thought it was like silver, like black and white. But I saw the photos on social media. It had like gold circles. It was like a goldish white car.
Yeah.
But on TV, it looked completely different. And I was just shocked to see the difference between the TV product and like the actual like zoomed in.
They
social
got
content.
too excited with that car we brought up the other day, the like gold one that we really liked.
Yeah.
And there's text on the hood of this car in case you
What
can't
the
read it.
Fuck.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah,
on
it's-
TV, those
it's-
things were not gold.
It's the gold that they used on the previous car, but they put like a blue on top of it. And then just like the moon on the hood, I guess.
And then yellow.
Which also
around the,
just like
valence at the
randomly
front.
slides
Well,
up
hold
the
on.
A pillar.
Hold on, DT. I got to give you one shout. I don't think we've caught this yet. Look at the front nose with the yellow like thing. It matches the playoff banner. They have that on his car and Reddick's car, and I think it's like a sexy throwback to like the
Ooh,
old
like
days.
a playoff. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Oh,
like a
damn.
playoff. Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
We got to see when one of them gets
Oh,
eliminated
yeah.
if they take it off.
Yeah, on all the strakes. Looks pretty sick.
2311's winning the championship.
Also, that's tough.
Yeah, it's
The
bad.
boxes around the logos back there.
Well, what else are you supposed to do when you have like that foil thing? You can't turn it white
Dude,
because it's
it
not
don't
readable.
put the
You can't
foil
turn it
crap
black.
on it.
Look how big they could have
I
made the
agree.
Columbia logo, and it's just nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they wrapped it badly too. It's like sliding down in the wheel well. Dude, the way they do their roof numbers is really pissing me off too.
It
They
just-
put
it
like the
blows my
truck
mind.
numbers on them where they squeeze them, kind of drop them on.
It blows my mind because it feels like 2311 and like Trackhouse are at like the forefront of like
Yep,
they are
yep.
innovation in the Cup Series,
Yes,
and then
yep,
2311 somehow manages to just put a
design-wise.
piece of shit on track every week, and it like completely just
Well,
it just dumps over everything they do off the track.
It could be a 10 out of
This
10 every
photo
week. It
goes
could be.
hard too. I don't know who took this photo, but it's kind
I
of
think
a
that's
banger.
our frustration, right, Caleb? That it could be a 10 out of 10, but it's missing
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
extra
And,
attention
and they
to
did all
detail.
right last week, but this is, needs improvement.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we'll get them
think about
next
the
time.
sponsors that like Bubba Wallace has and that like Tyler Reddick
Yeah,
have. Like
dude,
you have Jordan, McDonald's, Dr. Pepper, DoorDash on one car, and you can't make a single good paint scheme out of any of them.
All right, some trucks to talk about this week. I don't actually have any paint schemes to talk about. I just want to touch on the banner situation because we talked about what a mess
Are we
all of the
talking about
Craftsman banners
already,
are.
though?
Yeah, we are.
No, but just look at this.
No,
Kosovar has the new font, the normal font with the playoff thing. Majeski showed up with the font from like 4 years ago on the windshield of that, which is interesting. And then Benjamin Rhodes, they have that, but non-italicized, so it just looks like a kid job. So
It
Shout out to
literally looks like
Thorsport.
fucking like an NR 2003 car set that you download from all over the internet.
yeah,
and put
with the
together.
kids that don't know how to download the right font, so they just type it and slap it on there. The worst part is it is the old font, but non-italics, and it's just I don't know what they're doing.
Dude,
Speaking of not knowing what they're doing, Interstate Batteries announced that they're running like a triple thing at wherever the hell NASCAR's at next week. So they have these are all Italo renders. The Trevor Bain is running the
Banger.
19 Xfinity
That's
with
actually
the Interstate
pretty
thing, which looks sick. C Bell is running. I'll
Yeah.
touch on that in a second. Ty Gibbs is running the like a pretty sick reverse one with like a black base and like green lightning, but they put green text on the side of it. Like
It doesn't
it's a
match,
black
like, the-
car. Put white text on it. It'd be sick. I don't know.
it
doesn't
will be
match the
neon
rest
though,
of the
probably in
green either.
person.
I would hope so. But I also like I don't know what they're doing with this in general because all season, like okay, 2 years ago, Here's the Kyle Busch one. They did white numbers on the side, red numbers on the roof. And all season this season, they've been doing red numbers all around the car, which looks hot. And then
I
for
never
some
noticed that
reason...
lightning
That's
bolt.
the Bobby
Oh my God.
Labonte. That's the Bobby Labonte thing.
Could you
So
imagine?
why
if
are
the
they going
teams-
back this week?
Could you imagine if the teams were allowed to have red or green rims with this?
Yeah, that would be hot.
Dude, that car is a 10 out of 10. Look
Yeah.
at the time with the lightning bolt into the monster.
And the Monster,
that is the
yeah.
best they've ever done. Like, that is
Yeah.
so hot.
And they've had
But-
the red numbers on all of the times they've run interstates. They've had it on the 20 car, on the 54. I think it's been on the 19 as well. But then just for some reason, they're just going back to white. I don't know what they're
I
doing.
think
Oh,
what
it's so
bothers me the most
bland.
about it is that for some reason they've added all the outlines back where it used to be just like it used to be the color and then a big thick boy outline. Like even on
Yeah.
the 18 from a few years ago, and now they've put that green back in and it just kind of washes it out. Like look
Yeah,
look
so-
at that on the 18. It looks sick.
They also have no idea what they're doing with the hood, and I don't get it. So the first year they started doing this like thick white font, they had that on the hood, and now they put the actual Interstate Batteries logo on the hood, which is fine. It's on the hood of both of the Cup cars, but then on the Xfinity car, they've got the old text and then like a dinky little logo. I don't know what they're doing.
Fucking it.
It
It's just
almost
so
feels like
weird
have
that they put
different
out a
designer
thing.
for every car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the
It's
case,
like
honestly.
a paint scheme by committee. Like, let's
No, but it's
put
the
our
same.
eggs in as many different baskets as we can.
It's the same like base, like it's the same wrap like file. Just someone each week is being like, oh, I think we'll run white numbers.
Is that a blue Goodyear logo on the 20?
Yep. That's
You're
it's either
white,
yellow
you're
or blue.
blue.
It's either yellow or blue. That's all you got.
Yep.
You don't get white or black?
No, you can be white or black.
It worked out white.
Can you?
You can be white or
That
black.
used to not be a thing.
They actually, I won't show this, but they kind of fucked me on the Vargas truck. They put like dark blue logos on gray. It was like almost invisible. All right, anyway, continuing. McDonald's is doing a fan vote thing with 3 paint schemes.
Grimace.
They've got a grimace, a
shake.
birdie, and a hamburglar. And I'm sorry, but I don't know who
Hold
cares
on,
about
before
birdie.
you shit on them. Hold on. Oh, hold on.
We've never been the
each
same
pick our-
since-
Can we
Go
each
ahead.
pick our favorite out of all these before you shit on them?
It's not a competition.
It's Birdie.
Okay, the birdie car is cool, but literally, who cares about birdie? I didn't know this bitch's name until today.
Oh my.
We've never
Tell
been
me
the
I'm
same
wrong.
since we had the Grimace shakes.
Also, quick shout out to the like 2015 Camry model
Yeah, I was
that they're
about to say.
using for,
Yeah,
for this.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on Grimace's face, please?
There you go.
There we go.
So the vote is over.
Grimace is gonna kill Bubba Wallace.
Surprising nobody, Grimace won. So I don't know where they're gonna run this, but they're gonna run this, and it looks sick. I hope they do this asymmetrical roof thing, but
Oh, I didn't
Again,
even notice that.
it's 23XI, so they're probably gonna fuck it. So don't get your hopes up. And that is Trip or Drown.
Holy
Oh,
gosh.
we survived.
Fucking
How
God.
many minutes are we through this podcast right now? Like 30?
28.
I need a shot
be
of
a long
insulin
one.
after that.
Ugh.
Anyway, time for the media check-in. And I just want to open the media check-in by saying I'm pretty sure every single night since the last podcast was recorded, we've played Among Us till like 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's bad.
And it's
We're
becoming
gonna
a
do it
problem.
tonight.
We are. I don't know where this meta started. I guess like Blake was playing it out of nowhere, and then we were just like, oh, we should try playing Among
Yeah,
Us again.
yeah.
We took just about 2 years off since the big incident between Rusty and Ed that killed that game.
The incident.
And it's
Don't
fully
even
back
mention what
now.
happened, just the incident.
There was also
And-
another incident from what I heard.
There was.
Yeah.
It always
We've just
involves
had-
Eddie.
Like a rotating cast of shrimps, and we've had like between 5 and 7 dudes in there like every single
Oh,
night.
shit.
Oh, trouble. We got a phone down.
Hopefully it's not the beer.
Dude,
And it's been really fun. We've been playing with the like proximity chat mod, which I don't know why that's still not a thing in the game. They also haven't made any maps in the last 2 years, so I don't know what they're doing. But anyway, game's fun.
Doing the
and we've been-
fungal update.
Making and breaking friendships. Say a fungal update, Slab?
Yeah, they're doing the
Yep.
fungus jungle,
It's a
the
new map.
fungal.
Oh, okay.
in
Here we go.
October, yeah.
Fun.
I don't know all the meta.
No, I will like. Not only is it back, but yeah, like you said, we've been going to like 4 or 5 in the morning. I think the last 5
every
nights
night,
I've been up
every
until like
single night.
Like this morning, I was up until I think like 8:30 in the morning. Like it was a problem. Like it's
Did you get
bad.
McDonald's breakfast?
I
to wake
did
up?
for the third night, for the third day in a row.
I
And it's
usually
not even
tap out at
breakfast
4,
at that
but-
point. It's like it's right before going to bed meal.
Mhm.
More media to check in on. Core's coming back. The schedule will be announced before this comes out.
It's coming back in GTA 5, right?
It's not coming back in GTA 5. Although we've also resurrected GTA 5 in the last week. But yeah,
Isn't
Core's
that gone
back.
anywhere?
Our title sponsor signed on with us again. We're driving good. It's going to be a banger. And we're going to have 11 races plus an all-star, so like a full ass season with some fun stuff in there. Did y'all see the schedule?
Yeah, I was about to say, do we get to talk about the schedule since it's already
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, they
Well,
killed
it will
fucking
be
Road
out by the
America
time
just
this
like
is
everyone
out.
else.
We did try to put Road America in, and the drivers were pissed.
I
they
just
were
wanted to
not
tell
happy.
them just to stop fucking crying. It was like
I will say,
It is a situation where like we're like, hey drivers, give us some feedback. What do you want to see on the schedule? And they just put a bunch of jokes in the chat, and then we put out the schedule, and they're like, wait, I don't want that. Not even the joke tracks that they came up with. We just, I don't know. Anyway, here's the schedule. Core season 6. It's a lot of familiar things. There's a few new ones. We're starting with, of course, Bumpy Daytona. We're going back to Iowa, which we didn't do in season 5. We did do in the summer series. I don't think we've been to Auto Club on iRacing at all, so I think we haven't touched that since season 2. And then we're going to Irwindale. Ben wanted that. I think it could be good. I've always wanted a
money on that.
Long
goofy
Beach
shirt
with the
track.
Gen 4 cars. Let me hold
spoilers.
fucking. If Road America gets taken off a schedule and replaced by a fucking street course one more goddamn time.
I honestly like wasn't sure if it was a meme, but a bunch of the guys were like, "Yeah, we want to go to Long Beach," and I was like, "Are you?" Like,
I thought it was a joke too.
I hope that race is
a disaster.
It probably will be because that
It's gonna
last
park
turn.
on the fucking straightaway on the final lap just to sabotage the
how
finish.
many stupids are going to end up in the fountain?
You know,
all of
Cody,
them.
that's not the first time that's been done in Core. So
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, I was just doing some burnouts, dude.
all right, we're getting a little close to home.
Free my boy.
No,
We're going back to Rockingham. We're going back to Chicagoland, which I don't think we've touched since season 2.
nope.
That'll actually be sick.
Oh, I
And then
cannot
it's
wait. I'm
Wilkesboro
winning that
and
race.
Atlanta. Be a good
Dude,
time.
I will
I'm
say,
pushing
I
you to the
love
win.
that it's like a lot of familiar things that have worked in the past seasons, and then we're also like doing some of the stuff that like old Core like season 2 was doing.
Dude,
like,
Auto
Iowa,
Club in
Chicago,
Chicagoland,
Auto Club,
like,
Auto-
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Shut up,
I don't know
Rusty.
about that. Yeah.
I do want to, since we're still technically in the media check-in, I want to say literally today, I started watching and finished watching the like 3-part Netflix documentary on Woodstock 99, and it was a fucking banger. It was, I think it's 3 things. Each of them are like 45 to like 50 minutes long, and they just go super in depth on like a complete disaster of an event and how it like. If you like Slap's crazy ass moments in history, it's basically like a 3-hour long crazy ass moment in history that keeps getting crazier. And if you don't know the story of Woodstock 99, it is worth watching. Because I didn't know anything about it. I was just like, oh, it's a music festival, right? And they just open it up with some shots of the aftermath of people coming in the morning after, where there's just garbage everywhere and like tents are destroyed, porta potties are knocked over, and there's just fires like smoking. And then they're like, and we're gonna go back, and then the like each episode is one day of the show, and it just progresses. Pretty
I
good.
had no clue about that. I'm gonna go check that out.
Slap. I feel like you should watch that and then like do a segment on this about that because it was fucking.
Yeah,
like,
that sounds like Firefest 2015 all over again.
yeah, it felt a lot like watching the Netflix Firefest thing, which I also really liked because I love just like the like. Here's all these people that came out to have fun and they turned into
10-cent
animals.
beer night.
10-cent beer night extrapolated over an entire weekend.
And just going through the interviews of people like and they're just seeing the crowds turn, like people just turn into animals.
Yeah,
They get
imagine like
whittled
10 cent beer
down.
night, but it's not just one night. It's like the entire series of Cleveland versus the Astros.
Real fast, just because I didn't see anything about it. What happened? Well, I mean, I saw stuff about it. I just didn't have any context. But does anybody know what happened at Burning Man this year? That it was like,
I got stuck in the mud.
Yeah,
It
was
rained a
just
bunch.
like an out of season like rain that came in and just made this mud. So like
The
there's
one
no like
way
roads
in and
that go
out.
into it. Like it's
Yeah.
just like flat desert, like just dry pan. So you can just like roll out to it. But there was just an out of season rainstorm that came in and just turned all of it to mud. So like nobody could get in or out.
They're all just
Yeah, and I think
stuck
they
out
have to
there.
like they have to get through like a little bottleneck to get in and out of the thing, and usually it's fine because it's just like sand and dust, but it was just mud and everyone got stuck, and they were just like days afterwards, just people couldn't
Imagine
go.
your tent being in that, and you're just in this quicksand mosh pit of just fucking mud.
Oh,
You just-
God.
Woodstock is also known for mud. Anyway,
One
worth a
more thing
watch.
in the media check-in I can talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
The fucking sumo tournament, the September tournament.
Oh, yeah, all right, hell yeah.
Hokuto Fuji, the guy who went to he's never won a tournament in his life, went to the playoffs at the last tournament.
Playoffs.
Ended up losing, but you know, like to start off like the first 3 fights of like the September tournament, they gave him all 3 Ozekis, like the second highest rank in a sumo, back
Put
to
them through
back
the
to back,
gauntlet.
first 3 days, and he wins all 3 of them. And then he loses all 4 fights afterwards. He blew his load. It was a setup.
It wore his ass out.
Yeah, they wore his ass out. So like now it's like this, like going into day 8, there's like fucking 8 guys that are like 5-3, and that's like the whole fucking tournament is just like it's a
Damn.
fucking free for all. Like all the Ozekis are fucked up. They're tired. They had to go against each other in like the opening rounds. They're all like got like 4 losses. Everybody else is like 5-2 or like 6-3 or whatever it is. But like all these dudes are like 8 of them like stacked on top of each other. Usually like by the halfway point, you got like 3 or 4 guys that are like gonna win it, but now it's like 8 dudes that are like stacked on top of each other, so it's gonna be really fun to see what happens.
Damn. All right, hell yeah.
I got one for you guys. I got one.
What's up?
For my media check, and I have a question for everyone here, but also the chat, the viewers. I would love to see your comments after this.
Send them in.
I want to
It's a
know.
setup. It's a
Yeah, send them
setup.
in. I want to know what is the worst scene you have ever seen in a TV or movie, like any type of media. What is the worst
I already
scene
know
you've
what
ever
this is.
seen?
I got one. Can I go first?
Yes.
God, what was that? Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Oh,
Yes!
the
say it.
Where Rose comes in and then
Oh,
Finn's like heading in to like kill the Death Star laser,
yeah.
and it's gonna be like this heroic sacrifice, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
man, this dude's like he's putting it all out on the line, man. Dad, I didn't know what they were gonna do with this character, but man, this is a hell of a way to go. And then like Rose comes in, just like T-bones him, and I'm like, well, now they're both dead, and like, no, they're both okay. Like how? Like it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like it
Yeah,
didn't make
no,
any sense
it's-
up to this point, but at least it was gonna end well. But like no, but now it doesn't make any fucking sense. Fuck this goddamn movie. I was on the flight to Japan when I watched that movie because I put it off for like a year. And then as soon as that happened, I turned it off and I was like, all right, I'm going to watch Detective Pikachu. I've lost all contact with this fucking piece of shit fucking movie.
That was
To
tough.
this day, I've never watched The Rise of Skywalker. I just refuse to watch it.
Do not.
I've heard
Somehow
it's bad.
Palpatine has returned.
I love that was the only line we got. Like he's back, and literally it's a throwaway fucking Oscar Isaac line. It's just somehow Palpatine's back, and everybody's just like, okay, let's go kill him. It's like, what? What?
The like projection scene from that movie is still fucking.
Like literally, like not. It's like a rare case of writing that's so bad. It's not only bad for the movie, but it's bad for the prequels because you just destroyed the entire point of the original Star Wars movie. It's like, what are we doing?
Oh yeah,
What is
J.J.
happening?
Abrams, this guy who fucking destroyed the Star Trek reboot franchise. This guy who fumbled the ending of Lost. Yeah, let's put him in charge of Star Wars. With no
The
game
thing
plan
is,
or
I don't even-
whatsoever. Like, I'm sure he'll figure it out.
I feel like
why?
it was more,
J.J. Abrams, you stupid, you asshole!
I
I
feel
like
like it
when
was
he
more
grabbed the camera like that.
Ryan Johnson's fault than J.J. Abrams, because after
No, both of them deserve to be buried
well, no,
in the
because
fucking
Ryan
desert.
Johnson just in the Last Jedi, they just fucking kill
Slap.
Snoke for no reason. Like they built Snoke up in the first one to be like this mysterious lord, then he just gets murked in the second one, and in the third one they're like, we need a big bad. Who is it? And then they're just like, Palpatine. Yeah, whatever.
I love slaps in a hotel room just screaming. They should be buried in a desert. That when he grabbed the camera, by the way, that needs to be his face on the thumbnail.
It's like 3 FPS too when he was shaking it.
I just, of all the human beings who could be put in charge of a sequel franchise, you pick the one guy who has fumbled every single franchise he has ever been handed the reins to. J.J. Abrams and his fucking lackey Ryan Johnson. These fucking idiots. Like, if there were like 2 people in Hollywood that I could just make disappear, just Thanos snap with my fingers, it would be those 2 fucking chuckle nuts. Those 2 fucking waste of life.
I just
God, imagine saying we're not going to pay the writers, we're not going to pay the actors, but we're going to pay these guys tens of millions of dollars. And fuck you. Go jump off a fucking bridge, you fucking. I hate these. Whoever made that decision, these people need to be thrown.
Oh, we're good. Never mind. We lost a quarter of a second. I heard they need to be thrown, and I don't want to hear the rest of that.
Into the sun.
Specifically.
Because I'm on hotel internet, anytime I get too animated, it lags.
I would have picked another scene from The Last Jedi with Princess Leia, but
I thought that's where that was going.
That was bad, dude.
And
I almost had erased that from my memory. Thanks for bringing
fired
it
her
back.
into space.
So that will go down in my mind as the worst scene of all time. Until yesterday. I have now seen potentially the worst or the second worst scene.
Did you watch Ahsoka or what?
I watched Ahsoka and they did it again. They did it
What'd they
again.
do?
They went to space and they did some space shit. It's the stupidest thing you've ever seen in your life. Like, I don't know how they're making billions of dollars and somebody watched this and they signed off on this. People need to die. We need to start sending people to camps. They need to be re-educated. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable.
You can't say that.
Dude, the show was going so well. Like, mommy Ahsoka, a big Ahsoka fan. Like, oh my God. But then they do the space scene. And it's like, they ruined it.
Dude, yeah. There's a fucking TIE fighter flying at you at 400 miles per hour, and you're telling me she just does like a little quick like cartwheel over them with like... I swear to God, Disney Star Wars, I have watched every piece of media they put out, and it is a new low every time I click on the thing.
That sounds like your mistake.
Yes, I'm never watching it again. If I have to watch one more animated from the dead CGI face DH character.
Well, can I spoil something too? How many people are gonna get stabbed with a lightsaber in the gut and then just wake up the next day all good? We're all good. But fucking Qui-Gon Jinn had to die. Come on, Disney.
Even in I really enjoyed last year. I thought Obi-Wan for the most part, like Kenobi was. I thought that was really good until like the last episode. They have like this plot setup of this like one of Darth Vader's like hench women, whatever, like built up to be like this like big bad behind Darth Vader's face, and then Darth Vader Vader learns about it, and like it builds up to like this, oh shit, like they're alone in a cave, and Vader's like, you fucked up, pulls the lightsaber out, fucking stabs her in the fucking face 3 times with a fucking lightsaber, and she lives somehow.
Yeah,
and it's like, what?
That's what I'm saying. These people need to go.
I don't even like. I feel like I don't even like Star Wars that much, and I'm fired up. Like it fires me up.
It's the worst when they like take something that was good and like posthumously shit on it.
You mean posthumously?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Never
everybody's
actually
like
said that word.
stroking off Dave
It's-
Filoni, but come on, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it's
still
bad.
like fumbling the how do you pronounce that name? Fumbling the pronouncement of that is still not as bad as fucking Star
Pronunciation.
Wars.
There we go. It's a
Pronunciation.
good
Pronouncement.
day.
All right,
Good
I
day
pronounced
for
this
shrimp
segment
grammar.
over.
He mispronounced.
Hey, that's the 32
Are we
ounce
getting
of
big
high
dicked
life
on Star
sausage.
Wars right now? Hold on. I got four more.
He's trying to get
four
rid.
more
Yeah,
clips.
How
yeah.
much time do we have?
I don't want
Dude,
to talk
if
about
we- if
Star
we
Wars
shit on
anymore.
Star
Like, it's
Wars,
just
we're gonna be
sad.
here all night. Let's just move on. Like,
All right,
just
all right.
move on.
It all
real
sucks.
quick
Star
But it used to
Wars
be
has
good.
been cringe since 2012.
to put
Caleb
Rusty in
doesn't
a
want any of it.
to try to
Caleb's
put
dead.
Rusty in a better mood. Did you see the Shane Gillis special yet?
Oh, we talked about this the other night. I don't know if I can watch it because we saw him in person and we made eye contact. So I don't think I can do the Netflix special.
Nah, you need to watch it. It's incredible. For anyone that hasn't seen it, Beautiful Dogs is the name of the special.
Hmm.
With all our
Is that the
dog-
trumpet?
it may or may not be. Beautiful
Uh,
dog.
any other mediums?
That's all.
Actually,
That's
before we
it.
move on,
God damn it!
I'm
More
Star
sorry.
Wars.
I'm quickly derailing us from media check-in because I forgot to talk about it in what is Twitter doing. But they mentioned so all this talk we've had the past few weeks about. I look like I'm in like telling a scary story over here. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, but IndyCar apparently is just ditching
yeah.
Texas next year after they had like the most banger race of the year at Texas this year. So not only are we losing an oval, but we're losing like outside of the Indy 500, like the one good oval that IndyCar had going for it. And it's like,
It says due to scheduling conflicts, but IndyCar only does 10 races a year, and there's only like 2 things at Texas. So I don't know what the problem is. And it better not be for that stupid desert thing.
the compound or whatever they're racing at.
Yeah, the Waco fucking Grand Prix.
Oh, Waco.
Fucking
Wow.
CSGO map.
Waco
IndyCar.
Grand Prix.
Yeah, and literally like it's just a compound
It's just like,
in the
yeah,
middle
like
of the desert.
what the fuck are y'all doing?
Well, the Waco fortified compound. Hey yo.
Hold on, did they announce a date for that thing for the IndyCar exhibition?
Yeah, it was
Thermal,
March
yeah,
something.
It's like the week after their opener at Long Beach.
Why is it called? I guess the place is called
Thermal Club.
Thermal. There's like a town there, but makes me think of fucking Nermal from Garfield. Thermal. All right.
Yeah, they
Thermal
take a whole
Park,
month off
Thermal.
between
Hold
the
on,
opener
I will
and they don't
say,
have room for Texas.
I will
Yeah.
say the Thermal Club race is scheduled for March 31st, and Texas IndyCar 2023 was on April 2nd. So
That's literally the same weekend.
we might have killed Texas for the Thermal Club.
Oof.
Damn. Dude, that race is gonna suck too.
Dude,
And it's not even for
IndyCar fans-
points.
Yeah. IndyCar fans all want more ovals and they're taking one away.
The
It's
two
just-
IndyCar fans I know are not happy about the Thermal Club either.
Doesn't that literally leave the 500 Iowa and Gateway, and that's
Yep.
it?
Yep,
And Gateway
Milwaukee
sucks.
Mile if that ends up happening.
Milwaukee Mile, yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's, I mean, it feels like the same as Gateway. I mean, I
It's-
know it's
yeah.
not.
Hey,
He just, he got
Have some respect.
pissed. Aren't they still going to Road America too? You got 2 of them. You got 2 IndyCar races.
I don't know.
At least you still have like trucks in your vicinity.
Yeah,
Couldn't
what are
even
the
get
shrimps
trucks
gonna
here.
say when IndyCar leaves Road America? Well, at least you have IndyCar.
You're getting a cup race next year, DT.
Dude, I
Chill
hope you
out.
get
Also,
nothing
yeah.
ever again, Cody.
No, at least you have IndyCar doesn't count either because we have it here and it sucks. It's
Isn't it?
IndyCar.
I think there's been rumblings that we're getting the schedule dropped like this week or like at the latest next week.
I hope
so.
the fuck we do. All right, well, that's enough media.
Tons of media.
Tons of animals now.
I gotta say, I thought about last week. I totally forgot it was Animal Planet when he told me to talk about Kansas. I just started promoting Kansas for 15 minutes. So my bad.
Did you rewatch the podcast or something?
No, I woke up the next day. I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
Dude, I'll have that a lot where I'll wake up the next day and be like, oh, I was going to talk about something. A
Yeah.
fleeting thought. off.
Can we talk about how fucking bad Idaho drivers are?
Yeah, please.
They fucking suck, and
They have drivers in Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho drivers are just like, God, they fucking suck, and it's not completely their fault because like lanes will do like this weird thing where like, oh, all of a sudden there's a bike lane over here, and now that bike lane
Hey,
is
what's wrong with
done.
bike
Okay,
lanes?
swerve back over.
Everything.
And then it's like 3 lanes going forward. Like all of a sudden, like the left lane ends, and then they merge back together, and now the right lane ends, and now there's a left lane again, and then it's just
Left lanes should never end. It like upsets me whenever there's a left lane that just ends.
yeah, it's like not completely their fault, but like on the interstate, like they do act like
Just
animals, which is
shift
weird.
them over and get rid of the right.
On the interstate, they do act like animals. But like when it reminds me of going through like Tennessee on I-40, where there's like 2 like tractor trailer like 18 wheelers like side by side, and it's like 2 lanes going one direction,
Can
and
I?
they're just side by side going the same speed, and like they block everybody behind them. But in Wyoming, everybody's fucking chill as fuck. Everybody's a great driver. The 18 wheelers, like they like if they're side by side, the guy on the right will slow down and like let the guy on the left get past him and get ahead, and then everybody passes on the left, and as soon as you're done passing, you go to the right, and everybody leaves the left-hand lane open because that's
God,
like a
that'd be
state
so
law
nice.
there. That's like a state law that the left lane is only for passing. You can't just like cruise there.
Objection, Your Honor.
What?
You sent me some pictures from your drive in Wyoming, fucking Idaho,
So you taking
They're all
pictures
the
while
same.
driving?
and this motherfucker, he ain't following the law.
Yeah, he's
That dude
not.
is left lane sitting hard
That
for
guy's
no
a bad,
reason.
That guy, that's one guy out of the 600 miles traveled across Wyoming.
Sorry, that's
okay?
one guy out of the like 10 cars in these 5 pictures you
Dude.
sent.
I miss Wyoming so much. Oh,
But dude, like it's so fucking beautiful. Like it's just like
dude,
peaks and like all this stuff, like antelopes like running around beside you. And
These
dude.
clouds are cute.
In microclimates, look at this, dude. I'm gonna. Oh my god,
dude, the fucking weather, dude, because you can see so far and like the
Big
plains are
sky.
so flat.
Oh yeah.
You can just see like these like little individual like weather patterns like forming like off to the sides and everything. And dude, I saw literally there was like this like weird like I thought it was a smoke trail that was like going up.
Like wispy.
This little thin smoke trail that was going like from the ground and up and everything. And it was just going up to like this just one little cloud. And I was like, oh, that's a one little cloud that is raining on one particular spot. This
Dude.
little thin little layer of
Like
rain
Charlie
just
Brown.
going down right there. And I was just like, oh, that's
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. That was like cool as shit. And yeah, there's just these little micro weather events just happening. You just see like little bits of rain just happening right here, and then they call it Big Sky Country. And like now I know why, because it's like a panorama view. Like feels like you're on top of the world, and you can just see everything in every direction. And there's just like little bits of weather happening here, and just weird shit happening over here. And like I wish there was a train that went from Laramie to Boise just so I could like sit back and watch everything. But no, I have to be like on the fucking wheel and driving the whole way. And there was a few times where I'd be like enthralled with something happening over
Yep.
there, and I'd hear myself going like on the rumble strips and like, oh shit.
That was a really good
It's-
rumble strip impression.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was very accurate.
it's almost like a religious experience. Like if you've never done it before, so it's unbelievable.
That is the
Spectacular,
most,
to say the least.
that is the best 9-hour drive I've ever
Yes.
had from Laramie to
Dude.
Boise. Like it's picturesque. I loved every single bit of it. And then like once you get into like Idaho, like the agriculture starts, and it's just like corn, potatoes, corn, potatoes, corn, potatoes.
I will say so I'm really looking forward to this winter because I have a big drive scheduled where I'm going from on the road. I'm going from Dallas to just a town in Montana, and I get to drive through. We'll drive through Oklahoma, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, like all these places, and I'm
Montana's
excited to see the views.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the views.
Gorgeous state.
That'll be your first time like out there, right?
My first time past the Mississippi River.
Damn.
I apologize for
I've been past the Mississippi.
the Oklahoma experience.
Yeah, watch out for
Yeah,
couches and
Oklahoma
chairs.
and Kansas
Just
kind of suck, but once you get
Rider
up to
trucks.
I like so
Like
yeah, going
file
from
cabinets just
Nashville
laying
to
on the
Dallas,
interstate.
you have to drive through it's Arkansas and then you clip through Oklahoma, like Texarkana kind of area. Such a shithole, just terrible.
yeah, it is.
Tons of road debris.
Dude, if we started this podcast when I was last through Oklahoma City, I could have gone on for like 2 hours about that.
Dude,
Like,
just carcasses on the road.
I literally saw a
Mattresses.
sofa.
Dude,
A sofa.
through Wyoming, there's nothing but like coyotes like dead on the side of the road.
Jesus.
God damn.
Coyotes, the occasional fox, and just tons of bugs, dude. I never had so many bugs on my fucking windshield as I did driving through Wyoming. I don't know if it's my rental like Dodge Charger, like the angle of the glass or whatever, but dude, so many bugs, so many
Tons
dead
of
bugs.
bugs.
It just
tons of bugs.
dude, it looks like somebody was like throwing grapes at my windshield, just like just like big
Grapes.
splats, just like and carcass, just like strewn across the
Tons of
the
juice.
windshield. And just like every like couple of minutes, just like
yeah, dude.
Tons
and
of
then
fluid.
the windshield wipers usually like try to put on the windshield
Oh,
wiper
and it just
fluid and everything.
slides.
Yeah, and it just like just smears it. It just smears it. Doesn't get rid of it. So you
It's a
stop
rental.
for
You can just
gas-
use the.
You stop
use
for
the-
gas and you get one of those squeegees and you like put like a lot of pressure down on it. You finally
Yeah,
get it.
dude.
You finally get
Yeah.
all of that off, and then like 30 minutes down the road, like it's all just. It looks like somebody's been throwing
Like
handfuls
grapes.
of grapes at your fucking windshield.
It's big boys.
Grapes.
I do need you if you want a little culture
Big
shock,
bug
especially
boys, dude.
like especially from the South. If you go like to like a Midwesterner, maybe not Rusty. I don't know how Rusty says it, but ask him how you say coyote. And like the first time I heard somebody say it, it like blew my mind. I was like, what the?
Coyote?
Yeah, it's like a coyote. It's like, what the fuck is a coyote?
Uh,
Like he's not Wile E. Coyote. He's Wile E. Coyote. Like that's his like. What are we doing? Stop
Yeah.
fucking around.
it's like the people that say jaguar.
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible.
That
Or
also pisses me off.
like, I think it's like a Southern drawl thing, but I hate when people say crown when they mean like crayon.
Right? Oh yeah.
And you go, anybody got crayons or crowns or it's like no.
Not a lot of people talking about crayons around me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's kind
I
of
might be a little bit older than
Sorry,
you though.
sometimes I get hungry.
crayons. Crayons kind of left my world, or like after elementary school.
Slap.
I was
Speaking
there a
of
lot
your
more
your V6 rental Charger, can we pull up your track laps in this thing?
Yes, I went up to Emmett, Idaho, for NASCAR's newest sanctioned track, Blue Valor Motorplex.
What does Blue Valor mean? Hold on, I never thought about this.
It's in
Stolen
reference to like
valor.
his father's Blue Valor whiskey company.
All right, I hope so.
The fuck is this?
So it was built on like an old sawmill out in Idaho.
I can
The
see it's still
actual-
there.
Yeah, the actual like loading.
What's a
docks
drive-in?
with
That's sick.
lumber plant. That's going to be the pit stall. So it's going to be like a covered pit garage area.
Oh, what the
Oh, this
hell?
is fresh, dude.
Dude.
Is that a kart track? They got drifting going on down there?
Yeah, so they had Formula Drift from Seattle came in like a week before,
Ah.
and they had
I
like
was like thinking this
go-karts.
was gonna be dirt.
Dude, their website it looks like dirt. I'll give you the link
Probably
DT in
was.
general after that, but
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
one
it
of
goes
the-
like uphill in turn
Construction.
two.
it's like North Wilkesboro on
Yeah, I was
crack.
gonna say this is like a little bit Wilkesboro, isn't it? Am I seeing that right?
That's still
Yeah, this
blows
is
my
like
mind.
downhill. Yeah.
Catch fencing is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely goes downhill and like out of 4, then back uphill.
Oh yeah,
in,
we're
like,
giving
1
it
and 2.
some. That's kind of cute. A little bit of character. I like that
Yeah.
the drift stuff on the inside.
You should have floored it.
Probably,
and hit
you
the
could
wall.
probably race carts on that too.
I like how I said don't hit the wall. Looked like someone did. Alright, did in turn 2. Oh, and the
Look right
backstretch
there.
as well. Yeah.
Have they been doing a lot of racing here?
Oh, did we lose DT?
What?
No.
I'm
I got
literally
him.
speaking.
You are dead on my end, like
I got
spinny.
him.
I got him. I think that's a you issue.
Yeah, that is a you problem, my friend.
Oh, we're
But we
back.
should have drifted the track in the rental.
Should have flipped the rental. Barrel roll the thing down the backstretch.
This.
That's
Oh,
sick.
okay. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, so that's where the garage area is going to be and all that stuff right there.
Oh, really? Underneath that?
Oh, so they're gonna
roof?
put under the old ass building. Oh, they do have carts. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's same guy who owns Cart Idaho. He like owns that whole area.
Sick, dude. That's
That's pretty
really
cool. So is this just the GoPro on like a magnet mount?
Yeah, there's a suction cup mount on the roof of my rental car.
Oh yeah.
I do enjoy like how bouncy it is. It makes it look like kind of like an RC car that's just driving around.
I think it's the stabilization.
Yeah, it's the stabilizer I got on there.
Pretty cool.
So he was talking about that that whole complex. He's going to have like a drive-in movie theater. He's got like 150.
I saw that.
150 RV hookups for like camping and all that.
Ooh,
500
150,
500 like dry camping areas.
Oh yeah, this is when
And,
they're still building it.
He didn't like swear me to secrecy or anything, but he says Arca West for next year is going to be racing there.
Oh,
You
sick.
heard it here first, gang. This is a Shrimp
Wait, this
Hours
is,
exclusive.
Breaking news.
Breaking
I
news.
need to put
on
a
Shrimp
watermark on the
Hours.
screen.
Yeah. So he's going to have like asphalt sprint cars there, some super modified races,
Ooh.
and he says he's going to have hopefully about 20 different events going on next year.
The middle of Idaho.
Did he say like what like the weekly series are gonna be?
He says he's not going to be doing weekly series. He says he's going to be having a series about 20 big events
okay.
throughout the year.
That's like
Holy
almost
shit.
every week in the summer.
Yeah, so
pretty much.
that's what he's like shooting for is just from basically March when the snows thaw out until October.
We'll just have
better
like
have
local
some-
series come by.
Yeah,
Have
because
local series?
it's just north of Boise, just right across the mountains.
I better have some 4 cylinders racing there.
I have to look at a map. I don't know where the fuck Boise is.
No, no clue.
It's all the way out in the middle of nowhere, northwestern.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
US.
honest.
Is
I'm
that
so
like
far-
close to the like? Yeah, it is. Okay, so it's like almost. It's basically Oregon.
It's like 50 minutes north of Meridian Speedway in Idaho, which is just right outside of Boise.
I'll pull this up on the map. So I'm not the only one here, but
Yeah, I was about to say what?
it is in Emmett, Idaho. It is like out there.
Holy shit!
Let's see that
Yeah.
satellite view.
Oh, it's like down by the river. There it is.
Heck,
There it is under construction. It's all paved over
It's right
now.
next to a little baseball diamond
Pretty cute.
out in the mountains.
Yeah, that's fun. Once
How
we
far
get
is
the
this all from like Portland? Like 6.
yeah, I was about to say
hours?
once we get the Oregon Shrimp House, we're going.
Yeah, where's Tillamook?
Beaverton. I want to live in Beaverton. Hold on.
Yeah, if you fly into Boise, it's only like a 50-minute drive north.
Oh,
And
I'm
then, like,
glad
go-
I clicked away from that. I was worried that it was gonna fucking drop my address on the screen, and it fully did as soon as I clicked directions. 6.5 hours from Portland. So out there.
That's not that
Yeah,
bad.
driving up from Boise is like super fucking beautiful because like you come up over the mountains and then it's just nothing but like plateaus and it's just wildflowers, like the same like little daisies like growing out like literally as far as you can see up and over the mountains, and like the mountains are yellow with these flowers all over.
Hmm.
And it's just like yellow mountains everywhere, and then like you go through a cut through in the mountains where they dug it out like a century ago, and then you go down the hill, and then it's just like it just opens up nothing but farmland and all. There's Emmett, Idaho right there in front of you. You come in, you just swerve out, and it's just like this panoramic view of like the low country on the other side of the mountains and all these farms and stuff. And
Oh. Trouble, gang. We got trouble. What the hell? Did Discord just die? Or is this my whole ass internet? Appears to be the whole ass internet viewer. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. So you wait. I'm sure Slap is telling a very cool story. Or it's very beautiful. Damn it, I don't want to edit this show. It's fixed within like 10 seconds. Not editing. Oh, it's still dead. Why is it?
Hello.
Are we live?
I guess.
We're back.
Couldn't tell you what happened.
Rusty just left. So.
Was someone downloading something on?
No, that's usually that kills my upload. It was just entirely dead for like a minute.
Do you have enough hard drive space?
Got tons of drive space. I can record for another 99 hours and 14 minutes.
How many shrimp hours is that? We got like 45 left in the tank before we got to start deleting stuff.
Yeah, we're not making it another one. Anyway,
are we still going? Damn.
I'm not editing that. Fuck the viewers. We're going to fan mail. Send them in.
No, hold on.
Wait, what? I wasn't done with Animal Planet. I wasn't done with Animal Planet.
Yeah, I had something to mention quickly.
What else we got?
You go first.
I didn't have anything too exciting animal-wise at Knoxville. I was at Knoxville Raceway, by the way, one of the greatest dirt track facilities in the country. Everyone needs to go there if they want to hate on dirt racing. It's a. I'm gonna. These motherfuckers were trolling me in the group chat earlier. Like, oh fuck, dirt. Dirt is for farming. Dirt is for housing the bugs that you motherfucking nerds eat. So shut up and.
I will say my favorite.
I don't know if that's a better. I don't know if that's a dunk by saying dirt is for bugs.
Yeah, dirt is for the.
My favorite meta.
The bugs.
From like the first week, or no, I guess it was the second week of the Indy trip, was Circle City Raceway. And every time the water truck would come out, I would just like turn back to Cody and be like, "Hey, Cody, I think we need like another 30 minutes of water on this bitch before we can start racing." Just like, if we don't sit here for 3 hours doing nothing while they water this track, I'm not gonna be happy with my night. And sure enough, we were out there till like 10:30. It was very fun.
Not bad
for dirt racing. Hell no.
Yeah.
I was anticipating to be out there till midnight. Me and Rusty
Wilmot was so much worse when they started like they were like, "Yeah, we got to grade off like the top layer of dirt because we fucked up."
Yeah,
Rusty,
you guys are complaining about Circle City. You should have sat through Wilmot. That was bad.
I will say I'm never one to like leave early. Like if I pay for an experience, I want to enjoy the entire experience.
Rusty,
I've never left a sports match. I've never left a racetrack. Except for when we were in Volusia and it was cold as shit and there was still so much things and there were so many things left to do because they did hot laps for a series that wasn't even racing that night. 3 times they would do practice sessions for these guys that weren't racing and they would just throw them out there and then they'd have to work the track again.
The next night.
Yeah. And that was the only time where I was ever like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm out. I had a jacket maybe, but the rest of the crew was also just like,
it was like below 35. It was pretty cool.
It was really.
I gotta say, Circle City wasn't even that bad, but it was bad enough that one of our guests vowed to never go to a dirt race ever again in his life. Like he's just done with dirt racing. So, like,
he got one. I think he got one dirt pellet to the face and was just like, "Yeah, I'm out." Like
certain well endowed Benjamin, you might say.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, Circle City, like. I think like that final race of the night was like that was based as fuck. Like it was yeah, it was cool like to just have the boys.
Yeah, we did
everybody,
watch like two dudes like flip their dick off.
yeah, because it was the race where everybody left and it was just kind of us. We were just kind of like chilling in the stands and they were racing. It was like shit. We got like our own personal like private race going on. Pretty cool, but. And they were also, I will say, I didn't think they had like any of the infrastructure that they did, because whenever I picture dirt racing, I picture like 2 wooden grandstands and like a dirt track.
Like
but
Rusty said the other week, a barn and a dead cow.
Yeah, dude. But no, they were fucking handing out like free monster samples out front, like full like 16-ounce cans that you could just go up and grab.
Yeah, it was state-of-the-art seating and concessions. It was
a brand new facility built like literally 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was sick.
Can we talk about like Wyoming having 2 like an abandoned barn and like a cow? Because like on the way from Laramie to Rock Springs, it was like 120 miles. There's one town in the middle called Virginia Dale. And I'm like, oh, what's a Virginia Dale? And I was like, go buy it. I was like, it's literally an abandoned church and nothing else.
I told you. I told you.
Like, I thought Rusty was like making shit up. Thought he was just like exaggerating. Like, nope. There's like just an abandoned barn and a cow, and that's it. And like the first time I'd ever seen antelopes in my life, and they were just like hanging out by like some dude's property line by
just
the fence.
Chilling.
Yeah, just eating some grass or whatever. And they're like, all right, guess I gotta drive the next like 70 miles to fucking Rock Springs to see the next fucking gas station.
It is funny when there's like you see signs for places and you get there and there's nothing. I'm looking right now in Google Maps and there's tons of towns that are just like it's like you go down here and you're like, oh, here's Sinclair. Oh, that's actually a town, damn. But some of these are just like it's almost a town.
That's somebody, dude. I'm telling you, that's like a farm.
That's an exit.
Dude, some of those exits, like they just
I don't even know what that is.
There's an exit, there's an overpass that goes over the fucking interstate, and then it just goes into dirt roads. It's just
here's Table Rock.
Yeah, look at that big town.
Yeah, what? It's just an empty lot.
An abandoned gas station. An abandoned gas station.
Can we get a street view of what that was? What the fuck was that?
That was an abandoned gas station, I think.
Wouldn't be out here though. It looks like an electrical.
No,
also,
like
I don't think we can get a street view.
There hasn't been a Google car out there ever. There's not been a Google car out there ever.
God.
We can go on 80 here. This is the Wyoming experience. Ready?
That's what it's like driving Wyoming.
Best drive of my life, dude. Look at how far you can see. It's so good. It's so good.
Look how open that left lane is.
There it is, Caleb. That's the thing.
There was a part of Wyoming I was like driving by, and there was just like a mountain like off in the distance, and I felt like I was driving towards that mountain for like literally 2 hours.
Yeah, dude. That's how I felt in New Mexico. Just you can see those mountain ranges for it feels like forever because it's so flat. You can just see forever, and you think like, all right, I'm gonna come up on that soon, and then it's like 10-15 minutes later. It's like, oh, that hasn't gotten like any closer in the horizon.
Dude, that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, and then there's like an exit that's like exit 288 or whatever, and then like you come up on it, and it's just like an overpass. It goes to like 2 dirt roads to like one dude's ranch over here and one dude's ranch there, and that's it. And there might be like an oil platform or something, and that's it. And like literally, my directions for getting from Laramie to Boise was all right. Pull out onto Interstate 80 West. Continue on for 690 miles.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn.
No turns, no interchanges, nothing.
Jesus.
No, like I said, half of my drive I had no signal, no nothing. You're just out there.
Dude, I would like turn on the radio on my car every once in a while. I would get like 2 radio stations. One would be a Christian talk show, and the other one would be so like classic rock. That was it. It was classic rock, Christian radio. That was it.
Jesus.
All you
Dude,
need.
I'm telling you, I'm moving there as soon as I get a chance. Just disappear.
Yeah, you
Jesus
would.
Christ.
Rusty's going to start up the next Christian doomsday cult.
Dude, how popular is Christian rock up there if like all you get is Christian talk radio and then...
Oh, dude, by the time when I crossed into Boise or when I crossed into Idaho, and then I had 6 radio stations. One was Boise Public Broadcasting. 2 were Christian rock, 1 was Christian gospel, 1 was classical, and then 1 was classic rock, and then 1 was hip hop, and that was it.
That's all you need. Do we have
Yeah,
any more Animal Planet?
I do
Yeah, this whole-
actually. Oh wait, no. Cody.
This whole ADHD spin-off was just to basically mention I discovered one of the greatest bars in the country in Knoxville, right across the street from the Speedway. Maybe not the greatest bar, but it has one of the greatest names.
Dingus.
We need to go. Dinguses. Shut up, you dinguses. We need to go have a drink.
I know a certain
Dinguses.
Australian YouTuber that would love that.
It's like in Wyoming, the recurring gas station is called Stinkers, and it's just a skunk mascot.
Yeah, that's literally right across the
Dinguses.
street from the track.
Beer and cocktails.
Pretty popular place to go after the
Dinguses.
races.
And he sucked my big black dingus.
What?
Dude,
You
such a
never
good
watched
scene.
The Hateful Eight?
Dude,
No.
Not yet. No.
one of that's one of the greatest scenes of all time. The way he builds that whole thing up.
Samuel L. Jackson's like,
for a
and he
dingus joke.
sucked my big black dingus.
All right, I don't think
and
we
the
need to
old
say
man's
it
like
again.
underneath the covers, like.
All right, Caleb, what was your Animal Planet?
So for the past I'd say 5 to 6 years at my dad's place, he has a neighbor. So this house is outside of county limits, so it's kind of just like anything goes. Like people shoot like guns, fireworks, just like whatever the fuck
All
they
the
feel like
signs
doing.
have bullet holes for some reason.
Yeah, no, we're just like out of county limits, so anything goes really. So our neighbor
That's fine.
has like a big plot of land out behind his house, and he has it's like 2 chicken coops, like just
Tons of
random ass shit. He has
Like some of
there's
the
a big
houses
ass
we looked
RV
at.
parked back there, but he's had this like giant fucking it's like a fenced in like perimeter in his backyard, and he just I don't know if it's a fucking like puppy farm or what, but it's just like he's got like 30 beagles in this big ass crate
Oh,
in
he's
his
breeding.
backyard. That's what I mean. Like I don't know what's going on. I was also hi Ellie. But yeah, so
We might see a fatality here.
yeah, she's gonna bite. But
No,
yeah,
she
so there's
came to
like
me. She's actually in a cuddly mood right now.
oh.
Wow.
But these
Yeah,
like beagle hound dogs, whatever, for like again, like the past 5 to 6 years at night, they'll just sit back there and howl all night long.
Oh my
just
God.
till like all hours of the night, just howling because they feel like it. And so my dad, he's been at war with these beagles for the past like 5 to 6, like just like the
Get the
entire
rat
time.
poison. Get the rat
Dude,
poison.
Yeah,
I can relate.
Jesus.
I can relate. I
Yeah,
got a
dude.
couple dogs behind me, and it's like one of them's got like the hook tail, like Tillicum. Like it's sad, but like
It's gonna be
they-
Loose Dogs 4.
Loud
yeah, no,
dogs.
we're not breaking out loose dogs yet, but
Yeah, we got
Oh,
16
I
more
have loose
episodes.
dog stories. Holy shit.
yeah.
Gotta do it 16
Well,
episodes from now.
Yeah, hold on. We're
gotta stay
building. We're
consistent.
building here. We're building here. I don't want to get on too much of a
It's just
tangent, but
one, but it's short.
Oops.
kind of unrelated. But the past like 4 to 5 months, Tennessee, for some reason, we've just been getting rocked by these storms, like just really bad. Like we've had an uptick on tornadoes this year, but we'll get like severe thunderstorms. All sorts of crazy shit. A
Uptick.
week ago,
It's the heart.
this neighbor in his backyard, it's like a huge like fucking like 20-30 foot tree in his backyard. Last week, storm knocks that bitch over straight into the fucking dog crate, like into this fenced in perimeter.
Oh.
Yeah, they were probably like dead dogs because of it, but I don't know. But every dog that was in that crate has now escaped around my dad's neighborhood, and we just have tons of like hound dog beagles on the
Oh
loose
my
in the area.
God.
This
Because
is Loose
it's-
Dogs 4.
It's
Oh my
literally
God.
like loose dog. I took her over there because she doesn't really go over there much, but I took her over there
Oh,
and
she
we were
must have
just
hated
chilling.
that.
Yeah, I took her out into our backyard, and just every 2 seconds, like perked up ears, like looking. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? Because it's like 9:30, I can't see shit. There's just like 4 hound dogs over there, just like chilling. Like, what's up,
Hound dogs.
Oh my god.
dude? They are everywhere in the neighborhood. And now, so not only is the howling not confined to this fucking crate in this dude's backyard, just like in symphony around the neighborhood, just fucking
No.
dogs howling everywhere.
Oh my
To the
god.
point, like, yeah, my like, because there's not an HOA or anything, because it's outside of like county limit. Like, it's just free for all, like fucking
Animal
loose
Planet.
dog. It literally is Animal Planet loose
Wild,
dog
Wild
stuff.
West.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but yeah, every time I go to my dad's now, there's just like, oh, you just spot fucking beagles everywhere.
We need to have a hunt.
Damn.
Aren't you supposed to use the beagles to hunt?
Dog whale hunt.
All right. Slap, you said you have. We're
Yeah,
making
just-
loose dogs
just one
4.
real
So
quick. I'm like driving
jump
from
in.
Emmett back into Boise, coming down off the mountain, and then comes this big dually truck pulling this cattle trailer. You know, standard fare out this way, and like I spot on the toolbox on the back bed of the truck, just this German Shepherd just standing on top of the toolbox. He's going down the interstate like 60 miles an hour. Just German Shepherd just standing on the back of the toolbox, as happy as he can be, and just pulling this big cattle trailer like on the fifth wheel right behind it. Just, I'm like, okay, that's just a loose dog just waiting to like flop out on the fucking interstate and roll off into its death. I guess the driver just doesn't give a shit.
That was my welcome to Myrtle Beach when I went there earlier this year. Just like
loose dogs.
come on.
Yeah, didn't you send? Didn't we see?
Yeah, I think we actually
videos?
played the video on
Yeah.
the podcast. It's one of the
pretty
first.
sure
we
we
did.
did. Yeah.
Wyoming has the best.
That was Loose
most
Dogs 1, I
well-behaved
think.
drivers on planet Earth. Once you cross the border into Idaho, everybody takes their brain out and throws it out on Interstate 80, and then it's just loose dogs everywhere. Just idiots, just being idiots.
Sounds like freedom.
God.
Wyoming's freedom. They know how to deal with it. I'll say this: going to the supermarkets in Wyoming, not one single person left their cart out in the parking lot.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
Animal
we're
Planet.
They returned them
stacked
to
out
the
there.
buggy thing.
that literally just reminded me. I have an Animal Planet from like
Oh my god, we have
2
infinite
weeks
Animal
ago.
Planet.
Animal
That I
Universe.
meant to talk about with Ben. Oh god, someone say something because I gotta find this.
So speaking of carts, I went to my local Cub Foods a week ago,
Your
and there was a
local-
shopping
what?
cart. It was a grocery store. Closer to the front of the parking lot, like kind of in this handicap section, and they got kind of this little spot that just says like, I don't even know what you call it, like the yellow slashes through it so you can't park. There was a cart parked there for 3 straight days. Just like nobody's gonna pick this up. Like no, like, if I
Not even a
noticed
store
this,
worker?
like you can't even pick it up. Like,
Animals.
Also, Cub Foods, I probably shouldn't say this because they might kill me, is the biggest scam in the grocery store industry. Their
Why?
food is so. Everything is way overpriced. It's the biggest scam, and I feel like they're taking advantage of communities. Oh, I think I'm back. I thought they tried to cut me off. They were listening in. Like, I'm telling you, they're taking advantage of communities, but it's
Dollar General, is that you?
Hey, I'll just say this: the worst grocery store I've ever been to was that one in Indianapolis, where we were next to, where they wanted like $11 for like a little thing of blueberries,
Oh,
like fresh blueberries. They wanted $11 for that.
Okay,
shit.
you
I
were
was
probably like way out of season then, weren't you?
this May.
no, it was May. It was May.
Damn.
Yeah, they wanted like
Damn.
$11 for this little thing of blueberries. It was like $14 for this thing of strawberries. I was like, you fucking criminals.
yep.
Like
So
$8 for a thing of eggs.
Are you ready
I
to see?
got I got my cart story because
Okay.
Ben and I on our way to the CTMP, we didn't stop at a Costco, but we stopped at a store that was like at the edge of the lot, so it was like in the same family as a Costco, and we pulled up and found just like a shopping cart disaster class. And it's like at the edge of the lot, like everyone just kind of like takes their carts away from the store and just like tons of curb jobs. And one of them got knocked off the curb, so there was just sideways cart, and I got a picture with Ben.
Dude,
Just tons of carts.
God.
Like there is so many. I mean, we got what the one sideways, and then it's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a stack of them there.
There's like 4 right there.
8, 9,
corral
10,
right there.
11, 12. No, it's not. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. At least 20. There's probably more in there. Carts
These
on this
people need
curb.
to have their right
And
to vote taken away.
the thing is right there.
Dude, as a human, how do you knock that over and just walk away?
Yeah, that's why we took a picture and then walked
An
away.
Animal.
Like, how do they not have people at Costco that are like that see 20 carts outside?
Dude,
I mean,
when you gotta
That-
wrangle those things up every day, I'd probably be like, fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
like if they're gonna be animals, like I'm turning your your paperwork
I,
that day. Like, I'm out of here.
That randomly
Very
reminds me of
favorite.
something that happened like 2.5 months ago.
Ellie, fuck you.
oh, she's batting. She's batting.
She's gonna
I,
go for the
uh,
jugular.
I saw an
She went for the
animal like
jugular, just like you went for my fucking thumb.
Jesus
still
Christ, there's
there.
still a hole there.
Yeah.
I saw an animal like just
There's
like
still a hole.
so immediate that I didn't know how to react. I was just like completely dumbfounded. And I completely forgot about this because it was on our way to Iowa. I think this was in. I want to say either. I think it was in London, Ontario. I think so.
Figure out where it is, man. We're running over. Let's get the fan mail. Come on.
Damn.
I'm not telling the story now. Fuck y'all.
No, hold on. I want to hear it.
I want to
wanna
hear it. I want to hear it.
Slap doesn't.
Fuck slap. Fuck slap.
We were in London, Ontario, and we got a shawarma on the way down. And like we ate in because my dad and I were driving and about to get back on the road. And there was these two just like dickhead kids while we were waiting for our food. Or while we were eating, they were like waiting for their food, and they were just being like weird. Like I felt like a boomer. They're just being like weird, like TikTok-y, like brats. But they were probably like
Sneeko.
somewhere
I know
between
how we
like
feel about you guys.
somewhere between like 17 and 19. So like not even that young. They were just stupid. And we finished eating and we go back out and their car was parked like one space. Like there's our car and then there's a space and there's their car. And as I'm getting in, this kid, they like finish their food or whatever, put all back in the bag, and he just tosses it out the window onto like the parking lot ground. And I was just like, I was completely dumbfounded. Like it just blew my mind that these people are real. I was just like, do I like pick up this bag and throw it back in the kid's car or what? Like I just didn't know how to react.
Yeah,
So I just fully got like stuck, and my dad is like, oh, he went and like talked to them and talked a bunch of shit, and then we got in the car and
Damn.
left.
Shout
They
out
like
to-
clearly immediately felt bad because the kid tossed it out the window and then looked and saw that we were like walking right there, and he was just like, oh, and like went back in the car, and they were all like huddled around a phone watching like a TikTok or something, and my dad is like, gave it to him.
Yeah, give them the
Oh,
look
shout
of
out.
shame.
Giving them the
Maybe when
business.
I'm a parent, I'll know how to fucking
Look right at
scold
them,
someone
call
else's
them a
kid for
slur,
being an
say,
animal.
Pick that up, or I'll kick you out of my country.
Yeah, it was just such like a like, what are you doing, kid? Like,
You said like high school kids being dumb.
yeah, but these kids were driving, so they're like, I guess they could be.
Well, my last thing I'm going to say for this segment is there was an experience I did have at McDonald's where I might not have been paying attention. This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, but
You were like 12.
yeah,
Little kid.
you know. But no, I was not paying attention, and I might have accidentally gotten to somebody's car on accident, and it was not my car. And the
Oh.
dude just looked at me like, "What the fuck?" And I was like,
I've done that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
worry,
be
I've
real,
done
like-
that.
Damn.
"My fault. I'm getting out."
Didn't I do that in one of the shrimp trips? I can't remember, but
Did
yeah,
you?
it was like a couple of years ago. I
Wasn't
got
there
into the
some
car that I
girl in
thought was.
Wisconsin that got shot to death because she went for somebody's like door because she thought it was her car because the same
I
make,
did see
model,
that,
and
yeah.
color.
I should
I remember
be dead
seeing
then.
it. a video on Reddit. I forget which direction it went in. I think it was like an Uber driver like trying to pick up his passenger. But then like a lady of the night got in because he thought she was his passenger, and then they were like, oh shit, oh, and then they figured it out after a bit. Is it that or is it the other way around? I think it was the other way around actually. She was looking for an Uber and she got in this dude's car. And then she was like, oh, I'm not that. I'm just trying to get my ride. And he was like, oh shit, my bad.
As Bubbles calls him.
Fuck that story.
Evening.
All right, I'm hitting the button. Send them
It's
in.
fan mail time.
Send in your fucking mail. What's your fucking
hand slap?
In your fucking mail. Send them
Send
in.
them in,
I'll say
guys.
this, Blue Valor Bitterplex has great ads.
Fuck, man.
I hope so. It's a brand new track.
Welcome to fan mail.
Dude, they had like a whole
Fan
like
mail.
nightclub like on
Fan
site.
mail.
It's fucking great.
Anderson Speedway, is that you?
I don't
Alright.
like the
Abandoned
new
strip
trend
club
of just saying
behind the
fuck the
bathrooms.
theme song and talking through it. What are we doing? Shut
No,
up.
they hear it every week. Last week I asked you guys for a bunch of fan mails and we got 8 of them, so
Jeez.
I feel like we
my
go-
God.
we go through these like
Tommy.
undulations where one week we get like 2 and the next week we got like 8. So send
Are
them
we
in
breaking the record tonight?
consistently.
No,
I'm gonna try my
we're
best not to.
We're nowhere close.
All right. So I apologize if I cut some of these short. Slick wrote a whole ass paragraph about how he's embarrassed that he used to be a Chase Elliott fan.
Based.
And it apparently Chase Elliott did something in the 2020 Clash. I forget. But he says he's learned a lesson he'll never forget. And what driver or public figure do we regret having ever been a fan of?
Will
From
Smith.
Slick.
Cody
Keep
Ware.
my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I was low
Slaps
key
his
like a
Cody
Cody
Ware.
Ware fan, and then
That's
yeah.
tough. Is it just because he liked anime?
No, it's just because occasionally like on super speedways he'd be like top 5, top 10 or whatever, and I was like,
Alright.
all right, let's go.
So you're a
Smoking,
Twitter kid?
Yeah.
Actually, really timely because they finally killed it this week. But I was like a huge Achievement Hunter fan back in the day, and then they completely fucked that. So that's tough.
I had a few
Oh,
awkward years as a Tony Stewart fan, and
Yeah, I was about to say Ryan Blaney.
Damn.
Unironically, Clint Boyer. That dude wasted like 4 years of my life fucking
Dude,
running.
you have the body work to prove it.
Weren't you an Eric Almirola fan too? Like,
No, I bought one Eric Almirola shirt because I like the paint scheme. Jesus.
and you
fuck.
raced as him in the first season in Core.
Because I like the paint scheme. I would never be
Pope.
an Eric Almirola fan.
Pope.
I hope I can clear the allegations
Yeah,
by
look who's
dunking
getting
on
all
dumb Twitter
defensive.
kids
Look who's getting all
every week.
defensive.
Cope.
Look who's getting all defensive.
Get to the next email, Cope.
Yeah.
That's true.
Next. All right. I apologize to everyone who sent in videos this week because we're not going through all that. But Carl sent in. He said, in regards to Ryan Vargas going over to race in Germany, shout out. I got thinking about German rally racing. Group B would be a great crazy ass moment, especially the story of Lancia versus Audi in the late 70s, early 80s. I.e. that one time Lancia blatantly cheated by salting the road before a snowy rally stage. I didn't know about that. That's kind of sick.
Oh shit.
I guess because they had rear-wheel drive 037s at that point. Even though things are less out of hands in terms of horsepower, rally in general is most definitely still a crazy-ass moment. Sometimes literally.
It's like racing, but rally.
And he...
Rusty, shut the
Fucking EA
fuck
rally. No, that's a reference.
That was a great reference.
He sent a video of Marcus Gronholm talking about being up someone else's ass. I'm not going to play it, but you get the idea. All right, speaking of ass, Mr. Ass wrote in. He said, I went to Bristol. And the first 3 quarters of the race were great, but that last quarter was a huge boner deflator, and Denny winning just made it worse.
Yeah.
There were 2 big animals. The first one was someone related to a person in a group who had a golf cart with a huge American flag and a giant-ass Confederate flag.
Mm.
I was embarrassed when I rode down the hill. Were you in this? When we were leaving, a bunch of guys cut us off, and the driver of our car told the guy directing traffic, hey, why did you let some drunk guys in beat-up trucks cut us off? And the cop was pissed off and started yelling, and tried to get them with an unsafe driving thing, and some other cops showed up and apologized. TLDR, Bristol's full of animals. All right, thanks for the update. Not surprised.
All right.
That typical
Um,
Bristol moment.
All right, Harley Payne writes in. Dear Shrimps, hello, it's me again. Episode 62 is here, very base number. Sure. I've been listening to the 40th anniversary remaster of Talking Heads Stop Making Sense. My dad's favorite thing in the world. Makes me sad
okay,
if I can see them
Ben.
play live. Also, DT GSU is Georgia Southern University. I guess I asked. Don't trust Google search, they'll tell you it's Georgia State. The universities in the US make no sense.
Georgia Street University.
What's your favorite paint scheme using your favorite number in any of the big racing series? I like the 62. Pickings are slim because nobody races 62 and fuck Gregson, and he attached an Austin Hill United Rentals car.
No, that Gregson Wendy's car is pretty sick. He ran.
I
in
agree.
Daytona
The
last couple
OG,
years.
the biggie bag one was sick.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Ed Cody get wrecked," with a screenshot of the Falcons beating the Packers.
Damn.
That's my boy. Hell yeah.
Also, I don't know if you're a Wisconsin fan, but if you are, then fuck the Badgers for beating the far worse Georgia Southern. Sure.
All right.
Anyway, good paint schemes with a number that you like on them. Go.
Nobody's ever run the 92 car in anything ever, I don't think. So. I
What
don't know.
about the Advanced Auto Parts?
Timothy Peters does not count. Shut up.
Damn.
Fuck Timothy Peters.
All right. I actually don't know
GG.
what my favorite 77 car is, though. Really couldn't tell you. There's a lot of good ones to pick from.
My grandpa's
This.
car
Oh.
from Greenville Pickens.
I don't know
I
what that
literally looked
92
up and
is,
I just
but that's
randomly
sick.
have a McDonald's 92 car. So never mind.
What that is. Rusty also has slim pickings, 59.
Yeah, it's pretty much all Stacy Compton cars.
Mine's
Oh, okay.
obvious. I've talked about it a zillion times. The 1989 Davy Allison number 28.
You like that car?
The foil numbers.
What do you mean? The gold one? That's sick.
You can't tell.
Oh,
the
you're all right.
sarcasm.
All right.
I'm
all right,
making
all
a
right.
joke about how he
Obvious.
uses it for like every paint scheme he's ever done ever.
Oh, they look sick.
Oh, no, that's sick.
Drive-through bit took the bait.
Yeah, I did take the bait. He was like, "What do
Look
you
it up.
mean?"
I'm sorry for believing you'd have such a bad paint scheme take. All right, next email comes
we
from
know
our
you're
good friend from
gullible.
down under, Andrew R. Who says, "Lovely planet, stories of loveliness in the world. This weekend past, I made the 894-kilometer trek to Melbourne from Sydney for the Sandown 500. Some supercars action. The race was a dour affair. I don't know what that means. I guess that's a bad thing. With Brock Feeney and Jamie Whincup coming home in a canter. Maybe that's a good thing.
We have no idea what the hell if he enjoyed the race or not, just because of the
It's a
terminology.
dour affair, and it came home in a canter.
I know what dour means. Dour means bad, but I don't know what canter means. Like as an adjective or
I know
Sure.
canted means
Um,
like off center, like
He sent a picture.
crooked.
He said, "This is the main street of Benalla in Victoria." Those got. I can't read the thing and look at the picture at the same time. It says there's purple trees which are called jacarandas. They're having their annual arboreal orgy of pollination. I cried and sneezed, but it was pretty. And he sent a picture of some pretty purple trees. Very purple.
Oh,
Oh.
dude.
Damn.
That doesn't even look real. I hope, dude.
Tons of lavender.
That's cute as hell. I would be sneezing my ass off though. And he said he got a deep fried lamb cutlet from the Roadhouse in Glen Rowan. This is now among the
Tripe.
weirdest things that I've ever had at a truck stop. But 11 out of 10, lovely.
A deep prime lamb
Yeah.
cutlet from a.
Oh, dude, look at that. Look at the
Oh,
Oh, it's
crust.
good. That is a
oh my
lollipop right
God.
there. From a gas station? I might have to go to Australia.
Australia
Wash that
seems
down with some-
more based and based with each
What is it,
passing
Ned?
fan mail.
And then he took a picture of Cameron Hill in the gravel at turn 9. He biffed the fence coming out of Dandenong Road. I guess you use biffed differently how I use biffed. He got the death wobbles all the way down the back straight and found that he'd broken a steering arm. He eventually limped home to the pits, but they packed up the box and dice and went home. So I guess here's a picture that he took of Buddy's day ending. So he'll need some truck assistance. That's tough.
Great looking car.
Dude, NASCAR should just put the numbers on the windows, I'm telling you. Although the teams would fuck it. All right, we've made it to the last email. Good job, team. And it's from our good friend Mark. It says, hey Shrimps, it's Mark once again, reporting from high school. He didn't say that, I'm just saying that he did. He said, homecoming went great, nobody died. Always a plus.
Place ablaze.
Someone was crowd surfing on the dance floor at some point, and nothing was set on fire. I celebrated my birthday afterwards too. I'm an adult now. It's all over. Yeah, tough. Great party. We were messing around until 3 in the morning. Hell yeah. Today, the soccer kids got their ball stuck on the roof for like the 20th time, and one of them climbed it up to go get it. Nothing big happened at the homecoming game. It was hot and no one showed up. But it's better than last year's homecoming game when we broke the bleachers. That's all for this week. So I'm gonna ask a question. What age did you guys have your favorite or most memorable birthday celebration? And he's attached some pictures of kids on the roof getting fucking... I mean, that would not pass at my school, but yeah, they're getting soccer balls by climbing the poles.
Oh no.
And here's the broken bleachers, I guess, from last year. Trouble.
It's like the Daytona seat after that old man
That reminded me
of it.
that's how I thought that was definitely gonna happen at Anderson Speedway. I thought on those bleachers on the backstretch,
the wooden bleachers at Anderson.
I thought we were gonna collapse and die.
That's why the first chance I got, I went over to the new bleachers over there in turns 3 and 4 where they had the aluminum ones instead of the.
We definitely heard that.
Yep.
We lost a few syllables in there.
Oh no.
The video's gone.
Oh, trouble.
He's been banned.
Bendrome.
Oh,
he's completely dead.
Hotel got his ass.
Everyone's signing into the hotel Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
It's bogging
They blocked him because there were too many requests for rider trucks.
The people around Slap, so we were like up on like the 6th row of Anderson Speedway's bleachers. And yeah, so Slap, instead of like shimmying his way past everybody, just on the rail, jumped the fuck down. Everybody around us thought that was like the most metal thing that's ever happened at a racetrack. Like there was like a family in front of us, and they just kept like looking behind them, like dumbfounded that he had jumped out.
Wow.
It was pretty sick, though. I will say.
It was sick. It was a big drive. Like he big dicked it. He was like, "All right, I'm fucking out."
Yeah, I thought about it, but yeah, looking down, it was like, it looked like 20 feet. It definitely
looked like 20 feet.
Damn.
Was that before or after the hernia surgery? Just leaping off of bleachers.
Hey, right. Shame he's dead.
Tearing open the stitches.
He has no idea what we're saying right now. He's just smiling and nodding.
Yeah, he's waving his come and go hat around.
All right, well, that might be time to...
He's coming and going in the interview.
No, we got to watch a 5-second video that Cody sent in. I'm not playing the audio because it uses initial D soundtrack. Because it's a video of a dash cam, some dude driving in the middle of nowhere in the dark.
And then a buggy cuts him off.
A horse comes out drifting the buggy. Dude, look at this thing.
Dude, that's sick.
It's fully silent.
Fucking drifting the horse buggy.
So something must have like scared this horse or something, but he just comes ripping around this corner, and that thing is sliding, dude.
I like how he has the other blinker on too, meaning that he was trying to go the other way, and then that horse was just like, "Fuck you."
Dude, the sparks coming off the wheels. That's sick.
How do they have brake lights on that thing?
They have to.
I thought the Amish didn't like technology.
Oh, I mean, they have to conform to be street legal, whether they like it or not.
The DOT
is there a religion getting infringed on?
Oh, guess they should go to fucking
Supreme Court over fucking taillights on the buggies.
Rider truck.
Dude, you could blow an Amish town's you could blow their minds with if you took like a bomb and
got lost halfway through that sentence.
What?
I gotta say, shout out,
double take.
Quick shout out to the Amish in Iowa. They made some good pie. I enjoyed.
Amish pie.
I love Amish pie. Oh, slapback.
Amish pie.
A good pie. So is this? Are we putting sequels out that quickly? Like, is this Loose Dogs 4 or no?
This is not Loose Dogs 4.
We cannot do that. We can't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be in 16 weeks.
Okay. What do we call this then?
Amish pie.
Just because it just happened now.
Amish pie would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Just
Why
name
is
it.
that funny?
Just to name it at the very end.
Yeah,
All right.
wait, yeah,
The
wait,
viewers
you
will
leave it-
suspect a
you
thing.
leave it, you leave
Yeah.
it in suspense. Like they're like, what? Like when does Amish people get brought up? And it's literally within like the last 2 seconds of the episode.
Yeah, when is Amish pie relevant to this episode?
I mean, we've fired off titles
Yeah,
in the
dude,
first
I
like
want-
7
I want a
seconds
cup.
before, so
Yeah, I want a cup that just says Amish pie on it.
it was a good pie. They also had free watermelon. Don't know.
That's the show. Wow. All right. Free
Everyone say
watermelon.
bye.
Amish pie. Bye.
Minimum effort.